Okay, so welcome back. We're on a roll tonight, so we're going to be reviewing Beastars, chapter 173, As the Snow Melts. Alright, so fasting. Okay, and the scrit is pretty much just Legosi like scraping his claws against the floor, going scrit, scrit, scrit. Okay, so it's pretty much this sound. Right? So, fasting. Throughout the entirety of this training, I only focused on writing on the floor with my claws. When I lost the energy to do even that, I began to feel a conflict between my feral instincts and my sense of reason. I had to decide to fight Melon on the 25th while in extreme condition, and yet I was at a loss. I had decided to fight Melon, okay. I had no idea that mammals were so adept at preserving their energy in the winter, even after long periods of not eating or drinking. Long before the age of civilization, mammals would spend their entire winters in deep slumbers. They had nothing to eat. They couldn't grow plants or trees, and their water was frozen, so their bodies became like my body. Wolves are so tough. We were born with these strong bodies, so why do we still want to eat food and love other animals? Though, I never got hungry, no matter how much I fasted. My heart was agonizingly hungry. Haru, you're my only source of nutrition. Aw, that's kind of sweet. Like, okay, so that's good insight into Legosi. He's hungry, but his body craves nutrition, but that's not, it craves food physically, but that's not what it really wants. And it's good to see that insight. Legosi is just as lonely as Haru is, because keep in mind, Haru is his main motivation. This is their relationship is pretty much driving all of the events and the entirety of the plot. It hinges on Haru and Legosi's relationship, right? And this is a good reminder that Legosi is lonely. He wants to be with Haru. That's why he's doing all this. And we only saw him question it. I think the only other time we saw him question it is right before he ate that bug, right? It was during the Riz arc where he was questioning himself and everything he believed in. So it's good to see that being brought up again in such a in a circumstance like this, I suppose. Or even though his body's suffering, his heart, it longs to be with his lover, Haru. He even says it. You're my only source of nutrition, which means Haru's the only thing that's keeping Legosi going. And I love this panel right here. Just seeing Haru walking through the city. Like, she's been hunted by Legosi. She's like, at the end of the day, Haru is Legosi's prey, right? If I were to put her on a pentagonal graph, her nutrients would form a near-perfect pentagon. The way her white fur looks transparent under the city lights, the way her ears wiggle with every step she takes, the way she looks like she's trying to go big whenever she's walking in the city. Looking at her after such a long time has made me realize that everything about her moves me wholeheartedly and turns me on. Gross. Really, man? Come on. That's good, though. It's not often that you hear Legosi acknowledge his his sexual urges. That's natural. That's normal. But he calls it gross. Am I gonna have to deal with my grossness and scariness for as long as she's part of my life until the day I die? Legosi. I heard from Louis. What's the duel you have tomorrow? The city's been getting strange lately, especially the part that's close to the back alley. You have something to do with it, don't you? Are you going to get more scars on your body just like last year? Do you think you can't die because you're strong? I just don't get it, you know? I love that Haru is saying something about that. Thank you. Like, out of all the characters, she's the only... well, that's not true, but I like how she's like... She's bringing it up, which is something Legosi has been neglecting to do. I heard from Louis. I don't like that. She should have heard it from him. Uh-oh. What happened? Oh, she's finally cracking now. Okay. When I went to the department store to get my clothes, I also got large carnivore size clothes. I'm buying more gray stuff now, and I'm always watching TV shows that have canines in them. And whenever I look at the moon, I think of you. That's all I can do to express my feelings for you, that's it, because I'm small and I'm weak. I can't stop you or protect you from the dangers you're facing, even though my life revolves around you. Aww. Okay, so that's pretty sweet. Like, she's thinking about, like, Legosi is on her mind constantly 24/7, even though they aren't together, even subconsciously. That's why she's buying clothes that don't fit, right? And she's watching TV shows that have, you know, canine. She's always thinking about Legosi. And I wonder if it's going to call into question, does she think Legosi is thinking about her just as much? You know? Because I just said that Legosi felt, you know, a hole in his heart. He misses Haru. And it's good to see. I'm glad he's finally seeing the extent to which Haru actually misses him. Because he has not been present. He's been absent. He goes like months without seeing her or talking to her, which is actually insane. I think they should have broke up a long time ago. But, you know, for the sake of the story, let's just say we're rooting for them. We want to see them work. They haven't even, like... Yeah, every time they get together, Legosi ends up messing it up somehow. There are certain occasions where I feel like Legosi was actually... Actually, no, I think I said this before. Legosi was actually right to, like, be Legosi in those situations, because if he would have pursued and rushed things with Haru, like, you know, having their every time he's went in for a kiss, or no, every time they were close to kissing, right? Legosi ends up saying something to mess it up. Like the first time where she was like, "Are you still in love with Louis?" Or the second time when they were in the dead meat shop, where they were selling rabbit meat, right? And Haru wanted to kiss there, and he said something dumb, like the amount of money that was in his bank account at the time, which I thought he was trying to buy her, but no. It was really respectable for him to not kiss her then, right? It's stupid, but Legosi's never been one to take advantage. Oh, actually, or the first time at the Love Hotel. Like when Haru tried to jump inside of his mouth and she was trying to fight her own instincts and stuff like that. That was actually the first time. They weren't ready then. They really weren't. And I said before, like the very first time that happened, I was like, I'm glad it didn't happen then because it wasn't earned. And, you know, the times following that, it still wasn't quite earned. And Legosi was justified in doing what he did. Even though it was a boneheaded move, you get it. Because, you know, it's true to reality in real life. I've been in situations like that, right? And I don't know if, you know, my audience have had, like, moments like that where they wish they didn't, you know, go for it or take the chance for something, you know? It's just very relatable in a sense. Yeah, so even though my life revolves around you, you're too distant from me. You're too tall, you're too reserved, and your hands and legs are too big. You're so hard to deal with. And since we're both at the end of our growth spurts, I can't grow up to 187 centimeters, and you can't shrink down to 105 centimeters. What am I even talking about anyway? There's nothing we can do to make our relationship work. Shouldn't you be talking right about now? What are you thinking right now? Right now? It's sad seeing Haru cry, but you get where she's coming from. They are distant. Legosi, it's so funny. It's so ironic, right? Legosi's been trying so hard to get them to work. No, not to get them to work. To get them to a point where they could work, right? I would say it wouldn't be a problem if Legosi just talked to Haru and let her know of his plan. That's the only thing, that miscommunication part. Because Haru's down as fuck. I feel like she would be on board with whatever he wanted to do if he just told her what it was, but he hasn't been doing that. And that's a huge problem. Something that's been like apparent since the very beginning of the series. And you see it spill over multiple times, and that's how we get to points like this. What are you thinking right now? Right now, I'm just thinking about how easy it'd be to kiss you from where you're standing. Wait, what? Huh. Well, that's random, but okay. I remember when we tried to kiss in the school hallway and failed. Do you remember that? Yeah, well, technically the first time was in the Love Hotel. But that's the second time. Oh, and that's a reference to Value 1, chapter 60? I think that's chapter 60. I'm sorry, that's not Volume 1, that's Volume 7, chapter 60. Well, back then, I felt like I was just trying to follow social norms because you're supposed to kiss the animal you love and all that. But now it feels natural. I want our kiss to be simple and sweet. It feels like my instincts are urging me on. It's nice. Look at Ari's face, though. So, am I supposed to ask for your permission? Do I need your permission to kiss you? Haru? Okay, so I just... Okay, Legosi, man. So I just said that... It's funny, I just brought up how they haven't kissed yet because of reasons. And now I'm being reminded just how inexperienced Legosi is. That's why he's so relatable, man. And look at Haru's face, though. She's like, shut up and kiss me, shut up and kiss me. Did you completely ignore my passionate speech? Unbelievable. I'm gonna punch you in the face. I'm sorry, I listened, I listened really. I'm glad you told me all that. I'm sorry I made you suffer. I want those clothes you got me from the department store. If I got you small animal-sized clothes, could we make a trade? Aw, I probably couldn't get you good clothes though. I love this. He here. Okay, so it didn't seem like he was listening, but he was. He's just being Legosi again. He's hearing Haru and he's compromising, right? He's acknowledging her. And I feel like Legosi kissing her, it's gonna be closing a gap, because what Haru really wants from Legosi, like, she loves him, but what she really wants and what she's been craving, like, she is starved for intimacy. That's what she wants. And I'm not talking about just sex. You can be intimate with someone without having sex. So he just collapses the rail. What? Huh? Haru, you haven't kissed before? Who do you think you're talking to, sir? Sir, this is Wendy's. Let's see. I've kissed before. Really? Well, I haven't. There was this one time I kissed a male that I got into some trouble with, but that doesn't count. He's talking about Riz. He kissed Riz. That was, oh yeah, Riz was his first kiss. French kiss at that. Gross. Canines' mouths are deep and wide, so I don't know how you're supposed to kiss me. But I can't get over that part. There was this one time I kissed a male that I got into some trouble with, but that doesn't count. What? Too much info, man. Oh, just be quiet. And she takes his face in her hands and she brings him to her and she kisses him. And his eyes are hey, did you close your eyes? No, I didn't. You're supposed to close your eyes when you're kissing. Oh, really? We're doing it again. Okay, so it would have been I love small details like that, because there's a first time for everything, and things are awkward and you don't know how things are supposed to be done. Like, I remember my first kiss. It was awkward as shit. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, before I got to that part I ended up headbutting her, but that was on accident though, because I lost like my footing. I'm tall, right? I'm like 6'5", 6'6", so yeah. But we tried again. And yeah, it was yeah, the eyes being open part, you're supposed to close. I'm moving on. I'm getting okay, that's better. Yeah, okay, so that's nice. It's them closing the gap all this time. And look at their shadows. Let me go back to Legosi's grip on the rail. I wonder if he loosened his grip. No? Okay. I'm glad I got to be with you today, Legosi. Louie's the one who pushed me into this. Louie? Yeah, it was a little while ago. Have you been keeping up with them lately? Louie is a bro, that's right. That's the reason why she was there. Louie is just looking out for her, man. Looking out for both of them. Like a real friend, man. Have you been keeping up with them lately? I was with Louie yesterday. He came to my apartment before my duel. Why is his face cut off and kind of shadowy? Really? What'd he tell you? Horn's residence. You still haven't found Louie? Where is he? He's been gone since he went outside yesterday. We should ask the police to look for him. But how can we let the public know that Oguma's successor went missing shortly after he died? Louie gave me his full support. He told me to give it my all tomorrow. Excuse me? So all that blood, what? Wait, what? That's ominous. Okay, so I was wondering about that bag of blood last chapter. There's no way. Okay, so Legosi. I'm trying to think. What could have happened there? Why does he have a bag of blood? He didn't eat Louie because he's still hungry. And that would defeat the purpose of his entire training, like, arc, right? Because he went through training specifically so he wouldn't do that. Oh, and speaking of that stay command, right? It really puts into context that, well, I was thinking back to the time when Legosi ate Louie's foot. The command came from Louie, who he has a strong bond with, so I guess that made him more inclined. Or maybe I'm just reading too much into it, because the whole command thing wasn't really a thing back then. But I guess that could be an add-on. But I'm trying to figure out where the bag of blood came from. Is Louie in that bag? Because there was blood all over Legosi's floor too. I'm wondering how the heck did that happen? Like, there's no way. Like, he ripped Louie apart and harvested his blood for what? Oh, okay, I get it now. But I'm wondering how they... That's a bag of blood, though. Because I just remembered the meat-loving day, or whatever it's called. The turf war. They actually... How do they do it? They use their blood, right? Yeah. That's how they do it. They use their blood because Melon, when he slit Dolph's throat, Melon remarked how they needed more blood for their turf war. It's pretty much so they can get their scent everywhere, and you know that's their way of marking their territory and whatnot. So I'm trying to think ahead. I think that's what this is for, but I'm like, how did he get that, and where's Louis now if Louis was at his apartment? Because if they're entering it together as Legosi and Louis, then Legosi and Louis. Legosi and Louis. If Louis is actually gonna be in the turf war. I think that... Okay, so I'm thinking ahead because I'm still thinking about that freaking marker that when Legosi was doing like the game show or whatever, how he couldn't finish writing his name. He only got to the L. Like, I'm wondering because so far we've only got the title drop of this series once, Beastars, right? So I'm wondering if it's just gonna be that seems like it'll be thematically fitting even though they aren't Beastars, but that's just what I'm thinking though, because that makes sense, doesn't it? But wait, would Louis even be fighting? He has experience with turf wars, but it's like, what is there for him to do? Unless he brings a gun. Unless Louis just brings a gun again. So, we'll see. I don't know. But I think, yeah. If it's together, that's... Okay. So I get that. That's definitely Louis' blood in there as well. Because Legosi needs it for the turf war. Because there's no way he ate him. So anyway, that was it. See you in the next one.